Bucket gets sideways. Ashkiner to the outside of Urrutia. There's contact between those two as well. Urrutia is still second, and up the inside for third, I reckon, has gone Marshall Car.
All of a sudden, this race has lit up, hasn't it, when they go side by side on that section of the circuit. Nobody's news on this lap, haven't they? Because it has absolutely exploded on lap number 7 of 10. We've got a few more laps to go, and pretty much like we had yesterday, we have a good flow of racing. It's so nice to be able to race around the streets of Macau without having safety car interventions. And so far, so good, because they are now completing 7 laps out of 10.
As Josh Bucket then, mindful that he's still got a Link & Co behind, and Mikkel Ashkin thinking, now look, how has this happened? I'm still staring at a blue bootlet, and I thought I was going to... 10th of a second. Now trying to do what Urrutia did and bring down the gap on this very fast section to Lisboa. It's not near enough to make a move, that is for sure. And with every passing corner of every passing lap, Josh Bucket is looking a little bit more likely, a bit more secure in terms of winning the gear race title.
So Josh Bucket has been superb so far. He absorbed all of that pressure that Santiago Urrutia was putting him on under in the first half of the race, and now he's got mirrors with another Link & Co directly behind. That's of Marcin Hoa, started alongside on the front row of the grid, but now a little bit more of an advantage. Well, certainly going on to this lap. Now they're on the tight twisty section, maybe not so much. Urrutia into pit lane, requiring at very least a new tyre on that car, but also the attentions of the team. What a shame.
Yeah, after a really hard race, he was one of the biggest triers, wasn't he? He was not giving up. They want to try to get the car back out if possible. You can see the shredded tyre, legacy of the contact. And Josh Bucket, we saw, gets back sideways, so he has been lucky in a sense to survive all of those dramas coming out of Lisboa. He still leads, although Marshall Car maybe looks a little bit nearer while closing up on the rear. Puff of tar smoke as Josh Bucket has to fight the car.
Quite a long puff of tar smoke as well.
I was just about to say, maybe if there had been that contact, perhaps that car is not quite 100% anymore.
I think you might be right. They thread their way around the Macau hairpin now, and Marshall Car right on the boot lid of the race leader. They can overtake again now. This is the run down towards the completion of lap number 8. 2 to go at the end of this. Marshall Car is the new tyre car, just directly behind the race leader as they turn around the final few turns up towards the conclusion of lap number 8. 2 to go at the end of this. And Josh Bucket has found the headlight flashing back inside the car. Doesn't need it though.
No. Nice that it works. There was one back mark against the pits as well, which was Sean Chang. As the leaders go through, right, we have only got 2 laps to go. There is Mark Ching Hua, the Chinese driver, who's 4/10 of a second as they come over the line, back from Josh Bucket. And Mikkel Ashkiner now having to weave around to try to break the toe from Guerrieri. Ashkiner has dropped too far back, so it's a 2-horse race for the gear race title now. Bucket versus Ma, who again, look, is about 3-4 lengths back. We've had a change, have we? Not quite for third place, although it's imminent, as Guerrieri lines up to have a go. Here they come, down to the braking zone. It is still now Ted Bjork, in fact, up in the third place. He's gone through. Guerrieri fourth, and that's because Ashkiner's got a problem and a slow right down. So Mikkel Ashkiner's car was the one offline. He has slowed, so Ted Bjork edging nearest the back of the Josh Bucket Hyundai as they come out of police up towards Moorish. Can't overtake here, it's way too narrow, but certainly that Link & Co is starting to line itself up for one last go. Look at the damage maybe on the front of Mars' car, but Josh Bucket has done a very impressive job of defending thus far. He ain't done yet, but let's see what he can do. Just over a lap to go now.
He's doing a super job, isn't he? And a very understated comment down there on the grid that he's not too good at starts. Well, he made a good start, and it's not very often that you hear a racing driver pointing out anything that they're not supreme at. But for Josh Bucket to be able to say that, it's an Australian thing, I think. They're terribly honest, aren't they? Brutally honest about any questions that they are asked.
Very self-deprecating, you're right. I think Mar might even have a go at our bet. He got much closer and was crawling all over the back of Bucket. Look, he's weaving around again, just trying to get Josh to look up at the wrong moment and make a mistake. Ain't near enough to make the move coming into our bend, but he ain't going to want to try, that's for sure. Over the line, Bucket right up against the wall. 1 lap to go. The carnage everybody was predicting has not happened. We've got through without drama, without safety cars, without stoppages, without yellow flags. But we've still got a lap to go. That could all change. The run to Lisboa. Can Josh Buchan hang on for one more lap?
I was going to say, we've still got one more Lisboa corner to go, and the top two are absolutely tied together on this final lap. What is Martin going to be able to dish up as they go down towards Lisboa? He's determined. How determined he is. He pulls out to the left-hand side. He'll be on the outside line. Josh Buchan, keep it neat, keep it tidy, turn in. He does so. Keeps it tight on the run up towards San Francisco Hill as well. My goodness. And we've got the car, the 168 car, which is rather surprising, I think, of the champion, Jan Ellershey, into the barrier down at Lisboa.
And Norbert Mikelic was caught up with him. He was on the escape road, so good job he got the championship win yesterday, isn't it? Jan Ellershey having to sort himself out. He is going again, but slightly ignominious way to end his championship season. So Buchan versus Marr, half a lap to go now. They're still nose to tail, and Martin Poir has not given up. He still is determined to try to find even the hint of a gap that he can stick the car in.
It's only going to take one tiny error from Pico right there behind him. Is he going to take this all the way to the checkered flag?
Looks like he is, because one corner to go. Josh Buchan then, first time at Macau, he's going to win the gear race. He's going to win it under huge pressure, race long. Josh Buchan wins it. Martin Poir is second. Ted Bjork takes third ahead of Ignacio Montenegro, Esteban Guerrieri and Nestor Girolami to come through behind. Max Hart takes the checkered flag seventh, and then after that Norbert Mikelic for eighth, Ryan McMillan for ninth, and Tef Toloseho with the dramas for Jan Ellershey on that last lap. Josh Buchan drove superbly there. One or two people question whether it's right that the gear race, the coveted title, is the reverse grid race that puts the slower drivers towards the front. But you can't fault the way that Josh Buchan drove in that, because every lap he was under pressure. And on this section of the circuit, particularly down to Lisboa, he positioned the car on every lap to make sure nobody was coming by.
Waves to the crowd, and he has absorbed a huge amount of pressure as Josh Buchan gets it a little bit wrong in front of the grandstand. Well,
thought he was heading for the barrier there.
We've had the checkered flag, so he can be allowed that.
So got the GOAT Honda ahead, which he's trying to work a way past, and gets it wrong under braking, can't make the corner. Boom, headbutts the tyres.
Champion driver, and he can be allowed a day off as well. He did all the work that he needed to do yesterday, so one mistake, well, I think we can forgive that. He leaves Macau this year as a world champion, and very proudly so as well. It was fascinating. He talked about the fact that his mum, also a very good racing driver, was put on the microphone in the press conference after he claimed his title, and it was just so smart. I was just a little bit embarrassed about the nice things that Kathy was saying about it. It was amazing. You are a world champion. Some things of human nature never change. When your mum's saying nice things, you get embarrassed.
Exactly. Yes, I think Jan was thinking, for God's sake, don't get the photographs out when I was small. You really must street cred. That's what mums do, isn't it? Season as Jan Ellershey, a very deserving champion, and okay, he had an error in that, but it was actually because he was on the attack, and you can't knock him for that, especially here. So although he will leave Macau with an 11th place finish in that race and still no victory on the streets here of the gear circuit, he does take the championship, and that's the main thing. Jan Ellershey, 4 times a winner in the Kupo FIA TCR World Tour. Right, so all those people that were saying, I think there are going to be red flags, or I think this is going to be carnage, what do you reckon to their opinions then?
Well, it didn't happen, did it?
It didn't happen.
We had 2 exemplary races from the drivers here at Macau, and you know what? The Macau circuit, the gear circuit here in Macau, requires a world class. Okay, we had a few moments. We had a few cars that bumped into barriers and bumped into walls, and we had overtaking manoeuvres that didn't quite work, but we didn't have a safety car, did we?
No.
Not yesterday and not today.
All went good, and the excellent news is that no cars with any serious damage. Real shame for Pepe Oriola, who not raced for 2 years in anything. But flags to greet Josh Buchan.